What is going on, you fucking marktards out there? It's a slow news day.
Yeah.
What's going on, Q?
Yeah, I mean, what the hell's going on? I mean, so what about Death Before Dishonor? You know, that ain't trending. I don't care about Willie Yuta, Daniel Garcia, some young nobody.
What the fuck cares about that? What the fuck is that? Who cares about that shit?
Yeah, I already seen the BBC against, the JAS already. It's already been done. You put it in another place.
Yeah, Claudio's fighting some fucking...
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Chocolate midget?
Yeah, Cesaro's going to be a paper champion because, they're going to gift him the ROH champion. Take it away, Black Excellence.
I think somebody left. Didn't somebody leave? Is somebody about to be all elite?
I don't know. Oh, Max Dupree. Yeah, I heard.
Oh, Max Dupree. He's no longer Max Dupree. That's the big shit. All right, yo. Y'all see me here, H. Brown. Y'all see him there, all right? The most objective, the most scholarly, the most effervescent, the most magnanimous, the most stupendous, the king of the motherfucking hoopla, and the most glorious man in the IWC, YWC, PWC, TWC punditry, Chabelo de la Cruz, the professor. Yo!
No way, you could at least compromise. Wait, hold on. You could at least compromise. You could say Chabelo de la Croix. You know what
No. Male models is not a thing no more without Max Dupree. It ain't no. Nobody cares about his sister or anything like that. But
the application, I could take over Max Dupree's job. Don't worry. Me and Maxine gonna be right there together watching porn, and we're good.
Max Dupree is gone. And what's that guy's name?
You mean the old guy?
McMahon. Vince McMahon has officially retired, which means Walt Clyde started crying like a bitch in his fucking room, jacking off to his fucking R. Kelly fucking videos and his Hulk Hogan posters. That nigga's probably I'm pretty sure that nigga's probably gonna kill himself, yo. I really do. But the big news, other than the fact that Walt Clyde is a bitch ass nigga. The big news is that Vince McMahon has stepped down. He is gone after how many fucking years of service?
He bought the company in 1982. Basically, he had control of WWE, WWF for 40 years, from 82 to 2020 deuce.
40 fucking years. That's a long ass fucking time. Yo, I will say this. I tweeted this. This was a quote from a Facebook friend, Robin Party. He actually made the quote, and it made most sense. Thank you for the 80s. Thank you for the 90s. Some of the mid 2000s, early 2000s or whatever. Fuck you for everything else. Listen, Vince McMahon, for a lot of people, not me, for a lot of people, opened their eyes to the world of wrestling. And I say not me because I had a jackass, one of Walt Clyde's pitiful fucking fans, who
burners.
Probably one of his burners, because again, another fucking comment which is verbatim of the shit that this motherfucker says. So I just want to read that shit real quick. Hold on if I can get to it.
Well, you know what? While you're looking for that track,
I found it. Here it is.
Here it is. Okay.
If I can read it, because this motherfucker's a stupid son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. Without Vince McMahon, you wouldn't have a channel, first of all. Respect his name. I don't give a fuck about his allegations. You act like AEW would be around if he didn't exist at all. At all. You act like Sasha was a legend, not even a Hall of Famer. I don't even know what the fuck Sasha Banks had to do with this shit. This was on my community post when I posted the shit that Vince McMahon retired. Okay. You and your fan base, happy that Vince is retired, aren't actual fans, but who pretends to like wrestling without education. Even if you block this, then you're, spelled Y-O-U-R, a damn hypocrite. Damn, spelled D-A-M.
Sounds like a gun club rap. Ether to Max Caster. I know you answered him back, right?
Saiko, oh yeah, I did. Saiko Nakamura, I had to let him know. I said to him, First off, Walt Clyde fan, I'm not Walt Clyde. I don't delete comments. Second, you sound just as stupid as your man Walt. I'm not a wrestling fan because of Vince McMahon. The Great Muta didn't work for Vince McMahon. So spare me your Walt Clyde talking points. And who the fuck said anything about Sasha Banks being a legend? Who the hell said anything about Sasha Banks in the first place? You WWE emos are so damn delusional. Do you know how stupid?
WWE is it?
To him.
Okay.
Saying this to him.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. I'm like, do you know how stupid you look saying this? I wasn't even watching. I was watching NWA before I even knew Hulk Hogan, which is the truth. I didn't even know who Hulk Hogan was. The first wrestling I ever watched was fucking NWA wrestling. I was in North Carolina.
That's fair.
And listen, I will sit here and say that, yeah, Vince McMahon is responsible for a lot of the greats. Who the fuck is going to deny that? That don't mean shit. I don't owe Vince McMahon a motherfucking thing. Vince McMahon is not my daddy. Listen, Walt and Saiko Nakamura. Vince McMahon is not going to fucking bang your box. I know you want him to bang your box. I know you want that genetic jackhammer semen pumped in your fucking asshole, but I don't think it's going to happen. First of all, it's apparent that Vince likes chicks, all right? Not dudes. So I guess you're probably going to have to call up Pat Patterson for that. If you want some man semen, then you're going to have to call Pat Patterson. Now, Q, before we, get further on into other business, let's talk about the history of Vince McMahon, okay? You are the professor, so why don't you educate the masses on, the history of the McMahon legacy and the McMahon era, the Vince era. Just give him a quick history lesson. Don't keep here all day.
The quickest history lesson is 1963. Vincent Kennedy McMahon Sr. broke away from the NWA syndicate, if you will, to start a Northeast territory, and one of the biggest profiting territories in the Northeast, which consisted of New York, Baltimore, Boston, Philly, and all that stuff. And he called it the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. And of course, there was these, let's say, gentlemen's agreements between promoters like Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the Grands, Vern Gagne, exchanging talents and all that. All was well and good, but there was a demon seed growing up in the business. He worked in the mailroom and then got on to becoming a ring announcer. Then he became a fucking, play-by-play, and then worked to book it. And then finally in 82, Capital Wrestling Federation turned into the World Wrestling Federation thanks to Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. in 82. And Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. had dreams, not delusions of grandeur, but he had dreams of grandeur. He wanted to take a Northeast territory first to make it national for the whole United States. He was like, I don't care about these gentlemen's agreements. I want to perform in Chicago. I want to perform in Florida. I want to perform in, the Carolinas. I want to perform in, the California, all that stuff. He did a lot of, and I'll say this, he did a lot of dirty shit in the 80s too. You say, thank you for the 80s. You know what he did in the 80s? Went to every syndication company, outbid every wrestling organization. If let's say the AWA was on a channel 2 and Vern Gagne was paying $500 a week, to have his AWA aired, Vince McMahon called that's a channel and said, you know what, $500 is too cheap for you. You deserve better. I'm gonna up it to $1,500. What's a television syndication manager supposed to do? He's doing the numbers. That's how he got a lot of companies out of business. He wanted to buy the AWA, wanted to buy Georgia Championship Wrestling. Bought Georgia Championship Wrestling. Do you remember July 1984 when Vincent Kennedy McMahon invaded TBS? All the glory days there. And everybody was pissed in the NWA circuit. All that shit was there. You want me to fast forward to other shit or the good stuff?
Let's not forget there was actually a plot to kill this motherfucker at one point because he kept buying up so much shit. Yeah. Vince McMahon came in like Michael Corleone, okay? And it was kind of like in the tradition of The Godfather, where The Godfather said, hey, I promise on the souls of my grandchildren not to take revenge on any of y'all. All right? As soon as that nigga died, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. It was a wrap for all the 5 families. He said, Vince Sr. shook the hand, said he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't fucking compete against him. He even said his son wouldn't. But when that nigga died, Vince competed. You know, if you want a little history lesson, you can go back to the Paul Heyman fucking promo, which was all facts. It was all facts. So Q, give him the real the good shit. Give him the good shit. Give him the history.
The motivation of Vince McMahon is to make World Wrestling Federation or WWE a global conglomerate in professional wrestling. This is what he wanted to do. And Vince McMahon is one of the best persons to, adapt to the business model. He wasn't the first with a pay-per-view. No, he wasn't first with closed circuit. It was NWA. Starrcade 83 came out first. Everybody gives WrestleMania all the props in the world, but, Vince had to take it from somebody else. Vince McMahon, Super Clash 83, Hogan and Bockwinkel and AWA, that made a lot of money. Vince McMahon saw what other promoters were doing, and he, took it to the next level with closed circuit. He brought the theaters out, and it was a success. WrestleMania, and now we're already at WrestleMania 36 for fucking Hollywood, California. So there you go. Again, the networks, USA Network, he has deals with them. He had deals with a lot of syndication channels too. WWOR in the East Coast. He had WPIX at one time. WNYW. I know some of you hustleites don't know what channels there are. I'm just trying to tell you how the profession.
It's tri-state area shit,
like the tri-state area.
Shit in your area. This is what we had. We had, when you were growing up, if you were growing and you had cable, you had WOR Channel 9, you had WPIX Channel 11, you had Fox 5, and you watch Fox 5 for your wrestling, and sometimes on Sunday on Channel 9, right before that terrible show with the waitresses came on, you had WW.
It's a Living. That was a good one.
It's a Living. Thank you. I could not remember the name of that fucking show. I was trying to remember the name of that show the other day. I was like, what was that show that used to come on before wrestling with the fucking waitresses with the white fucking shit?
It's a living. That should be one of your reaction intros. But anyway, neither here nor there. But again, Vince McMahon was the best man at adapting to the business model. Closed circuit was waning down, so he went into the pay-per-view market. And again, a shady shit he did was, with the success of WrestleManias 1, 2, and 3, he manipulated time, let's say Prime Video. I forget what the company was back then, but you understand what I'm talking about. The cable.
See him home video?
Whatever it is. But everybody knows that their cable companies were held hostage by Vince McMahon because he wanted to put the Survivor Series on Thanksgiving, but there was a problem. Starrcade 87 was on the same day. Vince McMahon said, choose which one you want. Which one's going to get better buy rates? The companies went with Vince McMahon, and of course, Survivor Series, another staple tradition pay-per-view. But now, in the 2020s, it's not as valuable as it once was. Again, Vince McMahon tried to do something for regular cable networks with the Royal Rumble in 1988. That was a success. It said, oh, damn, that concept that Pat Patterson created that I hated, it works. Let's put it on pay-per-view. And that is one of my favorite pay-per-views every year. I'm more hooked on Royal Rumble than I'm after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think, Royal Rumble is just like right up there, if not, right under there with WrestleMania as far as people's. It's my favorite. WrestleMania is not my favorite. Royal Rumble, I always look forward to the Royal Rumble. As kids who didn't look forward to it, because it was always about who's going to be number one. Who was either going to get that title, who's going to get that title shot. And of course, the greatest Royal Rumble ever, in my opinion, and a lot of fans' opinions, was 1992, Ric Flair.
Absolutely.
When he won.
That's Rumble.
And that was not for me. The reason why that was one of the defining Rumbles for me was because that was when I was done with Hulk Hogan. I was done. I was like, yo, I'm tired of this dude. And he did that shit to Sid. I was so fucking pissed. And I remember they had the sit down of who was gonna get the title shot, and they said Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan said, "Yes, brother, yeah." And you saw fucking Sid take the paper, get all mad and rip it up. I was pissed. I was with Sid. I was like, what the fuck? Hogan was the reason why he got thrown out. This is bullshit. I didn't get on the title.
The last legitimate way to manipulate the fans was Hogan and Sid. And it didn't work after that because you couldn't try that again. So Vince McMahon knew that the writing was on the wall for not only.
There was a lot of other people at that time who were getting tired of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The 90s Hogan was, I was getting a little tired of 90s Hogan. But, again, You know, there's certain things that he did in the 80s and 90s that were a little bit scandalous. We could talk about Jimmy Superfly Snuka. He helped him out. Well, you know, what he did to his girlfriend, allegedly, again. But Vince McMahon, I don't know who he bribed. I don't know who he bribed in Philadelphia, but he bribed somebody. He bribed the DA or something. That Vince McMahon spends a lot of money for the brand of WWF.
That's one thing I always said that I was like, I don't think that's really true. The whole bribery thing, because I'm like, they would have been caught his ass by now. Like something like that, you can't hide forever. That shit, I just feel that something like that will eventually come back to bite you in the ass faster than some shit about, you know, sleeping with chicks or firing them for not sleeping with you, you know, sexual coercion and misconduct or whatnot. I just always felt that might be one rumor that was false.
But Track, I kind of disagree because, you know, what are we doing right now in the 2020s on Twitter, on social media? We're showing the receipts of people doing certain bad shit. And now people have got to own up to it. They say, I was wrong. I remember on Twitter, people were mad at Jimmy Fallon because on SNL, he had blackface and impersonating Chris Rock. And Jimmy Fallon had to acknowledge it, say, I'm sorry about it.
I didn't even know he did that shit.
I knew about that shit.
I was never a Jimmy Fallon fan anyway, so.
No, but I'm just saying, but certain things that were done. I mean, Roddy Piper did blackface at WrestleMania 6. Blackface. Again.
At that time, I remember when Roddy Piper did that. And I remember my mother saying, this is racist as hell. I said, no, Mom, no. He's just saying he has a dark side. He's not saying that he's half black. He's saying this is his dark side. He's saying that you know, he just has a darker side to who he is, and that's why he painted. That's what I thought. That's just what I thought. Your mom was
right, because that promo he was doing this when he turned around, you're like,
exactly. She was right.
Is not my love.
But at the time, I didn't see it. I was supposed to see it, but I didn't see it.
That's understandable because you was young, you was growing, you know, wisdom comes with age, and everybody, you know, we were loving the entertainment. Again, we were, I don't want to say manipulated, but cartoons manipulated us.
The funny thing is, that's not what made my mother stop watching wrestling. It was Kamala that made her stop watching wrestling. When she saw Kamala, she said, "Oh hell no, 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 no." No. I'm like, what's the problem? I'm like, he's African. That's what Africans look like. She's like, that man, first of all, she's like, I doubt that man is African. This is what she was trying to tell me it was fake. And I'm like, no, he's really African. These are real people, Mom. What are you talking about? You know, I didn't know any better. But that was when she was done. I should have been too, but I wasn't that age. I was still young.
There's a lot of things. And of course, you know, we
just to be fair, Kamala was not Vince McMahon's idea. That was Jerry Lawler's idea.
Mm-hmm. And we could talk about the scandals of, you know, the ring boy scandals of Pat Patterson and Mel Phillips, the black ring announcer. You know, they were thrown under the bus. Vince McMahon, again, the steroid stuff. He wanted to institute a steroid drug program. Actually, WWF was first.
I never believed that. When even like back then, even till now, I never believed that Vince McMahon was actually giving niggas steroids. I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. I could see him like saying, you know, you might want to do something about, you know, bulking up. But I don't see Vince saying, here, take some of these shits. Or I know this guy, you know, that shit to me was like, nah, I didn't believe that. So when he got that was his defining moment against the government. That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Hogan doing the last job for Vince. He's like, I'll do this shit for you, and then after that, I'm the fuck out of here. And he was gone. And he was gone. And I think another court case that came after that was Vince versus Jesse Ventura, which Jesse Ventura won. He won that. Jesse Ventura was the first one to beat Vince McMahon in court. So let's not forget that shit.
The only one to defeat him, because everything else is NDA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, there's that. And let's get something out in the open.
Wait, let me just say something, because again, I understand everybody's tweets. I understand everybody on social media. Yeah. You can remind me, Hustleites, about Vince McMahon's transgressions. You can remind me about the sexual harassment. I know that. But you know what? Track, I don't want to, go left, but I'm going to go left because that's what the professor does. But Kobe Bryant.
I'm about to say some shit in a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, Kobe Bryant, when he died, everybody glorified Kobe Bryant as the GOAT, the man that could have went one-on-one with MJ, Michael Jordan. But you know what other people did on Twitter? They wanted to remind y'all about Colorado. They wanted to remind y'all about the sexual harassment or the alleged rape that he did to some Colorado.
That bitch had 9 different fucking types of semen in her fucking pants.
I'm just saying that, when you die, you're more revered. Michael Jackson, when he was alive, he was crazy. He was loony. He loved boys and all that. He was the joke of jokes. But after he died in 2009, he's more revered.
That fucking Neverland bullshit, and the man couldn't even fucking defend himself. So it's not like he got more revered, but he still got more shit. What I wanted to get into, what I wanted to talk about real quick, what I wanted to go over because of the history of Vince McMahon. We need to get things straight for some of those who may not know or just may be plain old stubborn and stupid and Walt Clydes out there. Vince's actual creations. What did Vince actually create? Who did he create? What did he create as far as characters that was really successful and versus characters that someone else created that he just happened to make successful? The first one that comes to mind for me, and this is as far as characters that you thought he may have made up, but he didn't. I thought he made up The Undertaker. Apparently, that was not him.
That was Bruce Pritchard. That was Pat Patterson.
Yeah, I did not know that. Now, you can say it's just still a WWE creation because they worked there. The first one the first one that surprised me, and I found this out at about 26, 25. He didn't create Hulk Hogan.
No.
He didn't.
Grey Gagne created Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I did not know. It's up until the age of 20, 26, 27. I had no idea that Vince had. I think he created the name Hulkamania, right? I think that was his.
Oh, that was Hogan.
Maybe it wasn't his either. Oh, okay, that was Hogan. Yeah.
What Vince McMahon did, what Vince McMahon's great at, he might not create the characters per se. He might have created one or two, but he's great at the machine. He's great at marketing them. He's great at putting them in high-profile situations. Hulkamania could have been something for the AWA. AWA could have been the #1 organization. We could have been the PWHustle talking about AWA right now as we speak. AWA and the Peacock, whatever the case may be. But no.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon is a great marketer of a character like that. Vince McMahon's a great. Vince McMahon, did he create Demolition? He stole Road Warriors because he couldn't afford them. He created a gimmick of Demolition, and that was a success. So you could go with that thing. Undertaker, he's great at marketing him, and he was great at. It's a give and take because Undertaker knew the writing was on the wall that he had a shelf life of maybe 4 or 5 years as one dimension, and then he had to create different dimensions. And Vince McMahon helped him with storylines and all that stuff, creation of Kane with Paul Bearer, all that stuff. So Vince McMahon's great at marketing and adaptation to a character, accentuation of a character. John Cena, again, that was his own thing, but Vince McMahon, promoted John Cena, marketed John Cena, and for 20 years, John Cena was the man for WWE in the 2000s. And I know you don't like that track, but that's the truth. He marketed him for the children's foundations and all that stuff.
With John Cena, yeah, he had the presence of mind to say, okay, since the adults don't like this dude, and it seems like people from the age of maybe 16 and below think he's cool, instead of doing what we did with Stone Cold and The Rock, 2 other characters he didn't create, let's market Cena to children. Smart idea. Another great thing that he did is what he's doing recently. What's happening right now. And I've said this for the past how many shows we've done for the past I think every show I've reminded people of this.
We've done this since 2015.
You gotta respect. No, I'm saying as far as what I'm about to say, you gotta respect the hustle. Pun intended. The motherfucker got billions of dollars off streaming deals to the point where he can do what he's doing with Austin Theory. It don't fucking matter if you like him or not, if you give a fuck about Austin Theory or not. It don't matter. He got his money. He got what other wrestlers are fighting him for. Do you understand? First of all, do you understand how smart that is versus how much of a piece of shit you are at the same time? You got your guaranteed money, but I can't get my guaranteed money. I know why you don't want me to get my guaranteed money. Because I see exactly what you're doing. You don't give a fuck. Okay, fine. Cool.
The smartest contract decision that Vince McMahon made was paying hefty up front, but taking away the royalties off the Peacock, taking away the royalties of the Coliseum home video. He was shrewd. It's not illegal to do it, but only Jesse Ventura said, "Wait a minute, you're making money off of that." You know why Jesse Ventura? You know why Jesse won that case? Because Vince McMahon.
I thought it was because of SAG.
No, because Vince McMahon, under oath, admitted that he gave royalties to Hulk Hogan, to Mr. T, and Cyndi Lauper for all the video cassette sales of WrestleMania. So he got caught in his own lie, saying we never give royalties to any wrestler. We give opportunities. So that was the thing. So Vince McMahon shrewd and all that stuff.
This guy was in the acting union by that time, so he couldn't really fuck him over like that. Okay,
yeah.
I'm glad you cleared that up. So we got So the streaming deal to me is one of the biggest things. I like one of his last acts of because I don't really give you props for working with the Saudis, and it ain't fake outrage because I don't want America fucking with the Saudis, from every president I can remember kissing the fucking Saudis' asses,
if people wise. But if people wise up track, if people rise up track for the, solar energy, alternative energy, we're all dependent on oil. No wonder everybody kisses Saudi Arabia's ass because because they're the biggest PACs in the politician game. They keep these under their pockets. So this way we all are, oil dependent.
The humanity side, the human side of me looks at what's going on over there, and having family of people who are Muslim, seeing how they pervert their religion, and doing it in their own devices, no different than what our country does. When I just see people acting a fool who are in power anywhere, from here to Saudi Arabia, China, it's like, we shouldn't be fucking with none of these people. And none of these people should fuck with us, quite frankly. And like nobody should be fucking with anybody. Like, nah, I can't do business with you. Look what the fuck you're doing. Well, I can't do business with you. Look what the fuck you're doing. How don't we sit down and just have a talk about how we're doing things, and we'll change shit so we can do business with each other? But that doesn't happen. That's not the fucking world that we live in.
Can't do it.
Nevertheless, we're digressing from our point. We were talking about Stone Cold and The Rock. Two of his most successful creations after Hogan. Because let's be real, Shawn Michaels, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Diesel,
Razor.
No, but Razor wasn't world champ.
Okay.
I think Ric Flair's second run, they weren't drawing. And a lot of people don't talk about Ric Flair's run. Ric Flair was not bringing in WWE money like he was in WCW. I'm not saying he wasn't a draw, but it wasn't on the level of what he was doing in WCW.
No, you're correct. But most of the resources that Vince was doing was predicated to the steroid trial, all the scandals that he was dealing with. In the early 90s, he was on Donahue fighting for the sanctity of WWF, with all the scandals of the Pat Patterson stuff there. And of course, like you said, he was on trial, and he had the first contingency plan by promoting, having Jerry Jarrett. He was going to own the WWF if he went to jail. A lot of people don't know that. There was a great relationship with,
I didn't know that either. Wow.
Jerry Jarrett, if he was going to go to jail, it wasn't going to be Linda McMahon. People found that fun. I found that funny. It was going to be Jerry Jarrett that was going to, do the operations, day-to-day operations of the WWF.
So that's why this nigga is fucking in the position that he's in, because he's still cool with his pops.
Mm-hmm. There's a respect there. Yeah. No, there's a respect there, but it's a connection between Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, and Jerry Lawler. I mean, Jerry Lawler has some skeletons in his closet too, so we can't front on that. Everybody in WWE has some skeletons too.
We got because we cannot not.
It'd be a 5-hour show.
Yeah.
Well, why we get busy?
Let's go. Let's go over some of those scandals. You had Pat Patterson, him being accused. You had Jerry Lawler, him being accused. You had the referee, the black referee,
Charlton.
Rita Charlton, Mike McGurk, everything that pretty much led up till now. And it's funny how Lawler never got any shit. Pat Patterson never got any shit. No one got any shit for the shit that they did, except for being in charge.
Because he's alive. Jerry Lawler was about to die. He had a heart attack. Everybody felt sorry for Jerry Lawler that one Raw when he went down. Patterson died. Everybody forgot he was, doing some nasty things with ring boys, allegedly. I'm just saying. When you die, Track, people will revere you more than when you're alive. It's the same thing with Cosby right now. Everybody doesn't revere Cosby. He's still an evil son of a bitch, according to like 40 women.
Hey. Yeah.
You see Hustle Lights, he gets a little defensive on the Cosby thing. I respect it.
After I discovered that fucking documentary, bro, no one's gonna tell me shit about that Bill Cosby. Yo, if y'all don't know, go watch Drew Story News, okay? YouTube Drew Story Bill Cosby. I was one of the first niggas laughing at that motherfucker, especially the fact that I grew up on that set because my uncle worked for the studio company. I was laughing at that motherfucker when I first found that shit out. But then I saw this documentary and I did research. I said, holy shit, this is a bunch of crap. But again, we're digressing from the point. But as far as Vince McMahon shit is concerned, let's be real. They said to him, retire, or we're going to force your ass out.
Right.
So that's
and I'll say this. Wait, I'm gonna do a victory lap here because I kept saying on the Hustle Facebook fan page, Vince is not going unless he gets compensated richly. And you know what? He got a rich compensation. He gets to keep the voting stock. That is funny. That is actually, I'm mesmerized by that. He's keeping his controlling ownership of voting stock.
Still owner. Listen, you can tell a man, lison, you're still the owner. We can't take that away from you. That's
it's a great
problem that they're dealing with.
It's a great PR move. It's a smart PR move by the board of directors. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Vince McMahon is old and senile. He probably would have fought a little bit more. I said, why didn't he retire after SummerSlam? So this way Brock Lesnar could do the job for Roman Reigns, but that's a different story. But Vince McMahon might have been old. He's stubborn. He's the old school carny promoter. He's remembering all that old school shit. You can't have sex with lady wrestlers and it don't mean nothing. It's part of the tradition in professional wrestling. We even Fabulous Moolah, those skeletons she has in her closet. We can't even celebrate Fabulous Moolah. So I'm not going to go into that. I'm digressing a little bit. But again, everybody has skeletons in their closet. Vince McMahon is no different, but he got out almost scot-free. I think this is speculatory Track. And if JoJo wants to say, oh, you're wrong. But I'm thinking the compensation, not only he got millions of dollars coming back to him, but I'm going to guess. This is just me. They're going to seal the investigation documents. We're not going to get it. No one's going to do it because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make business sense.
Well, here's the thing. You can't stop the Wall Street Journal from doing an investigation.
They can do what they're doing, but the WWE can just
the board.
Stop.
Now, the board, on the other hand, I don't know. I can't say, even though I should know what to say because that's the field of my career. But I can't really say that can't or won't happen. All I know is
it's gonna be funny. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be tricky.
It doesn't matter because even if they say seal it, he's already gone. There's nothing for them to further investigate. He's gone. What else are they gonna do? What else can they do? They got what they wanted, which was him out. If they had to pay him, if they had to give him some money, let him control still shit a little bit there, that's fine. But the fucking story itself ain't going nowhere. The fact that he fucking left makes it even worse, in my opinion, as far as, people wanting to find out more. Now, if HBO does this Real Stories with Brian Gumble shit, I don't know. I don't know, man. This whole NBA, the one thing I can tell you in my gut about this whole thing with the women is it ain't over. It ain't over. I think it's far from over. And
do they want to rehash those memories? You go to therapy. These women went to therapy. So if there's one woman strong enough mentally, Track, to come out and do it, and I've been saying this every goddamn PWHustle show, the women got to take him to court. I've been saying that. I'm a realist.
I'm sure there are women out there who didn't have an NDA. I'm sure that. So if they're out there, if they're going to come out, then the time is now. I don't know if Christine Hemme did it. If she didn't, she needs to come out and say something now. Unfortunately, Ashley Mazzaro is dead, But there's this story coming around, right? Being told, I don't know if this is new or not, but it's being told by Paul London. I didn't watch the whole thing.
She got overtures of Vince McMahon, and I think it was John Laurinaitis sexually harassed Ashley on the tours, but also Ashley said that she was, I think, gang raped at a USO tour that Vince McMahon always did, and he said he had to seal it up because he didn't want Ashley to take it to court because he was doing business with the U.S. government.
I remember that.
I think there was an NDA for that issue, so he was trying to pay her out and pay for her silence. You could better believe that. I'm not.
Yeah, and so I want to see now. Here's the thing, and I'm not even going to say no names, but for those watching who try to say people shouldn't separate what Vince McMahon is being accused of and his business dealings from what he gave you. Really? We can't separate that. But y'all the same motherfuckers who will separate what Chris Benoit did. You can separate that, but you can't separate what Vince McMahon did. Give me a fucking break. Come on, man. And I give you that middle finger with great respect. But come on, man. Come on.
Well, I can respectfully disagree because Harlem has bigged up Bumpy Johnson. Harlem has bigged up Frank Lucas, and they did some dirty shit too. So it depends on what you want to rally around. So it is what it is.
First off, bro, let me just tell you right now, okay? Just because they made a movie on Frank Lucas, don't mean Harlem gives love to Frank Lucas like that. All right, that's Bumpy Johnson will always be over Frank Lucas. Nicky Barnes is over Frank Lucas.
Oh yeah,
as a Harlem nigga, that's just the way it is.
But morally, it's the same thing about morals.
I ain't trying to get shot, so I ain't even gonna get into that shit. But I understand exactly what you're saying, but you know what I mean. All I'm saying is, don't sit there and say you can't separate the evil, shrewd business and the allegations from what he did as far as contributing to wrestling goes. Because like I said, these are a lot, not everyone, but a lot of these people are the same people who will separate Benoit fucking choking his family to death from the wrestling. So all I'm saying is you can do that. That's fine. Now, me personally, like I said, thank you for the 80s and 90s. Thank you for all the great entertainment. You're still a piece of shit. You're even a bigger piece of shit than I thought you was before. So fuck you. Go off into the sunset. Bye-bye. Why am I celebrating? Because this motherfucker had to fucking go. Okay? I don't give... Even if I was a wrestling fan because of Vince McMahon, I owe him nothing. That nigga is not my father. He's not my grandfather. He's not my great-grandfather. He's not my uncle. He's not my cousin. I owe him nothing. He's not my friend. Vince McMahon is not your friend. Vince McMahon, just because he gave some money away on his show, is not going to show up at your door to pay your fucking bills.
And okay? Don't forget, Trash.
He's not going to fucking pay for you to fucking get a date.
Don't forget. Walt Clyde's going to come back with you like, Vince McMahon created the greatest pay-per-view, brah. Great Balls of Fire, brah. Yeah, that was one of the best pay-per-views ever. Don't forget.
That's because that punk son of a bitch wants fucking Vince McMahon's great balls in his fucking mouth. Let me teach you how to do a promo, son. Since you need some fucking help, my nigga. You keep trying to come after the PWHustle. You don't know any better. I understand that. Because you're fucking slow. And you're a loser with no fucking friends. You walk around with a motherfucking Hitler mustache looking like Xavier Woods' crackhead brother. Like I said before, you don't get no ass because you don't know any women. Stop. Stop going on your motherfucking channel talking about bullshit, contradicting yourself. You fucking dumbass. Yes, I watch your fucking channel because it is very entertaining. The motherfucker sat there and said, I don't talk about fucking women. When you said in the video dissing me that men pay you to fuck their wives, you lying motherfucker. I'm a fucking fitness model. Nigga, I thought you was a personal trainer. You lying motherfucker.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out my face, man. You not on my level, dogs. You a small time. Your channel ain't shit. You ain't shit. Your life ain't shit. Your wrestling knowledge ain't shit. Your hairline ain't shit. Your tight Hitler mustache ain't shit. So you ain't shit. Always remember that. I'm always going to be above you. Even when I'm dead and 6 feet in the ground, I'm going to be above you, nigga. Stop trying to fuck with me. You can't do it. If you're not man enough to leave your comment section open without having to lie about having mods, nigga, no one's fucking stupid. Who the fuck is gonna mod your comment section for a non-live video? You stupid son of a bitch. This nigga sat there and repeated the same shit in his... Yo, Q, he sat there and repeated the same shit in his so-called promo about a dozen fucking times.
We acknowledge what Vince McMahon did. We acknowledge that during the social media age, all people's podcasts were, you were talking about WWE news and rumors. Everybody did their YouTube channels because you had to start somewhere. You had to start with WWE, but then if you're a real wrestling fan, you find the Impact channels, you find the ROH channels, you find New Japan and all that stuff. And then you're a better wrestling community because we could talk about all that. That's what the Hustle does. We talk about all of it.
Yo, Jet Ass, bro, let's get into this shit, yo. Let's get into this shit right now. Hear this shit. This is it. This is our segment. This is the segment that we call the moronic verse of Walt Clyde. All right, Walt Clyde's moronic verse. All right, the multiverse of moronicness. By Walt. Yeah, oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go, bro.
One of my viewers told me that little midget from New York
talking about JD again because he can't stop talking about JD. Now I don't know if JD talked about him on his live stream. I would have to go back and listen to it, but he's claiming JD did this shit. So here we go.
And that's what pisses him off. I don't say his name.
This motherfucker. If he's supposed to be looking all big and shit, why is it that this nigga never does a fucking video in front of the camera? Why you hiding, nigga? What are you hiding? Are you not that big anymore? What happened? Did you lose your muscles when them essays shot you the fuck up, nigga? Is that what happened? What happened? You ran out of money to buy steroids, nigga? You know pussy getting motherfucker? Hitting skins with your left hand.
He said my name, dog. You said my name. So who's really winning here?
He is, nigga. He is. You know nothing. No one knows who the fuck you are. People laugh at you. And I got entire Facebook group laughing at you.
And I know JD, if he even said Walt Clyde's name, he'd be like, Walt Clyde, who's that? Nobody. Fuck him. That's what he would say. He'd do 3 seconds of saying fuck him and then move on to something else. I don't want to hear about his mouth. I don't want to hear about him. That's what he would say on his live streams. He don't care about people coming after him.
Like, for real. Hold on, here's more of this shit.
Used to date Newman. After that, he felt like she was damaged goods. That's what you are. Any girl you touch, she's damaged goods. Any girl who has the guts to sleep with you, a 5'2" little midget with a micro penis, most likely. Yeah, she's damaged goods. I would never touch her. But dog, calm down your ego. Damaged goods. It's like, huh? It's like, dog, any girl that touch you, I think you are gay. Why? I'm 6 feet tall. I'm over the microphone. How are you talented? What are you good at?
Here we go.
You suck at House of Glory. You are trash. You are the worst commentator in all of wrestling. I'm shocked. You got hired. You suck, dog. You
that means you paid money to watch that House of Glory show.
Or trash.
With money in JD pocket.
Please go to commentator school. You suck. You can't talk for shit. You suck on commentary. Like, bruh, show your ego. And look, man. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm over 200 pounds. I'm a bodybuilder. I'm a fitness model. I'm a good-looking dude.
First of all, First of all, you look like fucking J. Rue the Damager. Shut the fuck up. Second of all, you're not a fucking fitness model, nigga. Please. If you were a fitness model, we know about it. I thought you was a personal trainer. That's what you said. Nigga, you work at Walmart in the frozen section, motherfucker. You make $17 an hour. Get the fuck out of here.
They raised it to 19.
19.
Yeah.
Plus inflation, so you ain't making shit.
I live in California.
This nigga say he's 6 feet. Nigga, you a chocolate midget. Kevin Nash ain't gonna fuck with you. He don't like vanilla midgets. You a midget, nigga, 6 feet tall. That ain't shit. Nigga, I'm 6 feet tall. So the fuck what?
What makes you think you can take any girl that I'm with? Have you seen what I look like? People
yes, nigga, I'm looking at your stupid, ugly, goofy ass right now. You look like a fucking cab driver.
That guy has to be a pro wrestler. When people see you, they think version. What girls are you getting? You are in your 40s with a gray beard. You probably sexually molest your cats, and you live alone.
Did you say molest or electric his cats?
Oh, kids, and you live alone with your cats. Dog, if I was in my 40s, I would have a female already in my house living with me. Okay,
you're a fucking liar. When you're in your 40s, you're gonna have a bunch of fucking cats living with you. This nigga gonna have fucking cats. He gonna have cats and raccoons in his house.
Nah, he's got that. He's gonna do that pit bull business.
You're right. Why do you keep bragging about how you can bang somebody's mom or somebody's sister? That means you are very insecure about your appearance. Dog, you are.
I don't remember him saying that shit.
No. Fuck that, even if he did. This is the same nigga who said he bangs dudes' wives. You said you're into cuckold shit. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? He talks about banging niggas' wives, and this is
fulfilling their fantasies, not his own. He's rental property.
You're banging a dude's wife while that dude is looking at your fucking dick.
And the dude wants you.
Kamasa, mamakusa.
5'2".
I don't know how
you
tall
JD is. 5'2", dog. You know what that means?
I mean, this is about JD right now, so I really don't care. It's just funny to me.
That's what that means. People that short, they
Whoa, what did he say?
You have a tiny penis. How you can bang somebody's mom or somebody's sister. That means you are very insecure about your appearance. Dog, you are 5'2". You are 5'2", dog. You know what that means? You have a tiny penis. That's
and he knows this because he's seen it.
They have a tiny penis.
How the fuck would he know that dudes who are 5'2" have a tiny penis?
JD, get rid of your iPhone. He's probably hacking your iCloud. So if you're sending dick pics to some females, just stop it, bruh. Just stop it, bruh. Go to the Android.
Yo, okay, listen. It's 8 o'clock. Me and Q got to watch Death Before Dishonor. All right? And I think I just lost Q right now. But, there he goes. There he goes. You heard it first. This nigga knows what 5'2" niggas' penises look like because he looks at the penises of 5'2" niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm sure the dude can be the Grand Marshal at next year's Pride Parade. So I'm not hating on him. Okay? I'm sure if they did a Pose series remake, he'd be on it. I'd be reacting to it. But if you got something to tell us, man, I think he's coming out the closet. And
where's the ether on JD? Nothing. He just said everything is nothing. Penis?
Yo,
the man with more subscribers than him? The man who's employed by House of Glory? The man who's getting paychecks for podcasting? Oh yeah. JD really is losing this battle with Wall Clyde.
Do you know how tough it is for a black man to come out in the closet? To come out the closet?
Very. That's why they're on the DL a lot.
So for this man to take that step and let us all know that, you know, that's who he is, I applaud him for that. I'm still not going to start. Still not going to start. Strong J, girl. You girl. Strut, girl. Strut. Go ahead. Don't you strut, man. Go ahead. You strut down Irvine, California. You strut down that aisle with your yellow scarf, and you vogue, okay? You vogue. Pose, all right? Pose. So, listen. He looks at 5'2" men's penises. He's done the research. He's got the documents. He's got the receipts.
That's not the receipts I want.
Yo, we're going to get out of here. We got to watch Death Before Dishonor. Like, comment, subscribe. Q, let them know where they can find you real quick, bro.
You can find me on the Podbeams at PWHustle Networks at podbeam.com, where I host the most nostalgic podcast in North America. That's the PWR podcast, the Pro Wrestling Reflection podcast with myself and the Tommy Wonder. We just did an episode spotlighting an underrated faction called the Varsity Club. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I gotta watch that because the Varsity Club was one of my favorites at the time, and they're very underrated. You can find me here, PWHustle. Find me on Twitter, @track-elite, number 8, TRAC-elite. We're gonna watch Death Before Dishonor. Will we review? That all depends if Q's ass is up after the show's over.
I don't know, man. This heat, man, is getting me tired. All
right, so we gotta hope for the best. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. I'll try to get the show up probably while Death Before Dishonor is on, and if we're lucky, if Q is able to freaking be on for the next few minutes, we'll talk about Death Before Dishonor. We'll get back to the moronic madness of Walt Clyde, because that shit ain't never gonna stop. The man just dropped the bomb on us, telling us that he came out of the closet. So we're celebrating him for that. We're giving him props, but we still gonna talk shit about his fucking dumb ass. All right. So we see y'all later. Peace.